Hey, Shalom, Shalom. Kol Halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to all the Akim, the 144,000, and the rest of the elect. This lesson is entitled, I'm Going to Hell, with, a couple of extra question marks, to be expressive and whatnot. And this is just based off interactions that you might have with Christians and whatnot, because this is something that happened to me the other day. There's a Christian told me that I was going to hell, but it's not important. But it's just their belief that everybody is going to hell if they don't repent, and they believe that the laws are done away with, but somehow you're still going to hell, and you need to repent from the laws being done away with, which the laws are not done away with. And there is no such thing as hell in the sense that they put it, meaning that you're going to be burning in a pit for all eternity, being poked by a man in a red jumpsuit and a trident and all his little minions and all that stuff. They're going to be torturing you forever. That's just not, that's not scriptural. It's not in the Bible. A lot of it's based off of mythology, but nah. And this lesson might be in 2 parts, just for time's sake. I might be short on time, but yeah, I'm just going to get right into it. So in the blue letter, the app or the Bible, what have you, you can just type in hell, right? And I'll go over to the lexicon, and it'll give you all the different words that use hell. Like it has this, I think, Shala, but that's not what I'm referring to. But this is here, H785 Shawal, and then you have other words in the Greek. So I'm going to start off here, Shawal, and basically, what is this? Hell is a condition, which it's a condition, and it's also the grave. So you can have hellish conditions here on earth, meaning like you're born blind, or born without a tongue or something like that, born where you can't speak, born to where you're in your life, everything is a misfortune in your life. That's a hellish condition. The curses in Deuteronomy 28:15 on down to the end of the chapter, those are all hellish conditions to go through, but it's not Hades. This is wrong right here. It's not a subterranean retreat. It doesn't include all that, because it's nowhere in the scriptures. Nowhere in the scriptures does it say that. It says Sheval, without praise of God. Of extreme degradation of sin. A place of no return. Yeah, because it's the grave. Without the praise of God. Okay. But anyway, continuing on, I'm just going to go ahead and get into these scriptures here. Anyway, this is I'm going to start at Job 7, and I'm going to start at verse 8. The eye of him that hath seen me shall see me no more. Thine eyes are upon me, and I am not. As the cloud is consumed and vanisheth away, So he that goeth down to the grave shall come up no more. And this is what's happened. Like when you go down into the grave, which is Shawwal, you don't come up anymore. You're dead. You're dead. And next I'm gonna get see here. It says grave, grave. The pit, and that's referring to the grave. The grave. Matter of fact, you get this. This is I want to get 2 Samuel. Oops, sorry, Salaki. This is 2 Samuel, chapter 22. I'm gonna start at verse 4. I will call upon Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, who is worthy to be praised. So shall I be saved from mine enemies. So how can you're dead? How can you have enemies? You know, this is what's playing out on the earth. And at this time, like King David's enemies were his own sons. Not all of them, but his own sons tried to usurp the throne from him. You know, um, that's just wickedness. That's like that's hell. You know, your own sons, your family turning against you. When the waves of death compassed me, the floods of ungodly men made me afraid. The sorrows of hell compassed me about. So the sorrows of death, the grave, like these are terrible things. Like people coming to try to kill you, you having to flee for your life. Um, Other men taking your wives. You know, seeing your newborn child die. Is that not hell? So you're already experiencing hell in this life, and then when you die, you're gonna experience hell again for eternity. Like after you die, you already had like a life full of torments here. How do you say? Like when our forefather Jacob was speaking to Pharaoh when Joseph had brought him over to Egypt. He said, "My days are few. My days have been few and evil." So it's like, okay, your days have been evil already. So then after you die, you're gonna experience even more evil for eternity. Come on, man. Christians don't know anything. You don't know what you're talking about. And because of you not knowing what you're talking about, now you have a whole mess of people that are just confused, bugged out, messed up. And it doesn't make any sense. Like it's something that you really can't, trying to understand the Christian hell, like you really can't put too much thought into it because like, you're either gonna bug out or you'll be like, this doesn't really make any sense. This like really doesn't. Like I don't. But anyway, we're back to verse 6. The sorrows of hell compassed me about, and the snares of death prevented me. In my distress I called upon Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, and cried to my power, and he did hear my voice out of his temple, and my cry did enter into his ears. So here it is, he's talking about this condition, this hellish condition that he's in on earth. Was he actually in, the pit, getting the deep dark caverns of hell, getting poked by demons? No, this was a condition played out on the earth. Um, and that's it for this. This is I'm going to go ahead and go to the next word. Let's go to Hades, G86, and this is a similar word to the Hebrew. You know, it's let's see here. I guess it's two words put together. Alpha Ado. Alpha Ado. Okay. Anyway, this is like the same meaning. Can be in the grave or a hellish condition. And I'm going to read Matthew 11:23. And thou, Capernaum, which art exalted unto heaven, shalt be brought down to hell. For if the mighty works which have been done in thee had been done in Sodom, it would have remained unto this day. So this is the city, and this is a place where Yahushua, he did the most miracles, and I'm gonna get the commentary on it. But this whole city is gonna be in the pits of hell. The physical city, no. So this is the commentary. I'm gonna go to the Barnes. Let me see, where's that? This is the Barnes commentary on this. It says, and thou Capernaum, and it says, see the notes, which art exalted to heaven. This is an expression used to denote great privileges. He meant that they were especially favored with instruction. The city was prosperous. It had signally favored by its wealth. Most of all, it was signally favored by the presence, the preaching, and the miracles of the Lord Yahushua HaMashiach. Here he spent a large portion of his time in the early part of his ministry, and in Capernaum and its neighborhood he performed its chief miracles. So this is a place that Yahushua spent a lot of time, and shalt be brought down to hell. This does not mean that all the people would go to hell, but that the city which had flourished so prosperously would lose its prosperity and occupy the lowest place among cities. So it's telling you, like through all this, like it's brought down to a low point. This is a hellish point. Like this is like when you're at your lowest point, that's like being in hell, being in the grave. Like it's a low point. You can't get up out of this pit. You're in dead. You know, everybody hates you. People want to kill you. You know, you might be going through a sickness, a plague, an ailment, anything like that. You know, it's hell, and you need deliverance. But you're not. It's not the fiery pits with the red man in a jumpsuit or a leotard. The word hell here is used not to denote a place of punishment in the future world, but a state of desolation and destructions. It stands in contrast with the word heaven, as their being exalted to heaven did not mean that the people would be saved or dwell in heaven, so their being brought down to hell refers to the desolation of the city. Their privileges, honors, wealth, etc. would be taken away, and they would sink as low among cities as they had been before exalted, which has been strictly fulfilled in the wars between the Jews and the Romans, Horizon, Bethsaida, Capernaum, etc., were completely desolated, that it is difficult to determine their former situation. Ooh, doesn't that sound like hell? Like, man, you can't even tell. Like, you could have been balling or whatever, like that. Like, athletes are a good example. Athletes and rappers and entertainments at one point, hey man, they was balling out of control. You couldn't tell them nothing. New clothes every day, never wear the same clothes twice, limousine, women, and all this stuff. And then the day they lost it, whatever, no more women, no more new clothes, no more limousines. You know, you would never even be able to tell. You would have never been able to tell that they were balling at one point. But anyway, Lord willing, this is edifying. I'm gonna come back with part two. Shalom.